Hi, this is Lars of AllAboutSamsung, and today I'm going to show you some benchmarks of the Samsung Galaxy A56 and the Samsung Galaxy A36, the 2016 version of the Samsung Galaxy A5 and A3. So under the hood they're just slightly different. On the Samsung Galaxy A5 2016 there's a ARM Cortex A53 clocked at 1.6 GHz and an octa-core. To be exactly, it's the Exynos 7580, which is an octa-core CPU with Cortex A53 cores, a Mali T720 GPU, and there are 2 GB of RAM. It's featuring 16 GB of memory internally, but it's expandable through a microSD card. The display measures 5.2 inches and a resolution of 1920 to 1080p, which is quite nice. I mean, we are talking about a mid-range device, and so I'd say it's quite a nice device. And there's a 2900 milliamp battery under the hood, which is capable of fast charging, so it should charge quite fast. So I'd say this package is quite nice. On the Samsung Galaxy A36, and it's just slightly different. We have ARM Cortex A53 as well, but clocked at 1.5 GHz. The number of the Exynos changed slightly. It is now a Exynos 7578. So it's just a small number lower, but apparently this is a quad-core CPU and not an octa-core CPU as it's on the Galaxy A5 2016. It's clocked at 1.5 GHz, it's featuring a Mali T720 GPU as well, and it features 1.5 GB of RAM and a 16 GB of internal storage expandable through a microSD card. I showed this on another video. The display measures 5.7 inches with a resolution of 1280 to 720, which is an HD resolution. I'd say it's okay. For my eyes, I'd say it's perfectly fine. So even if it's not full HD like it's on the A5 2016, the Samsung Galaxy A3 is quite a nice device as well. But as you see, the resolution is lower. Normally with the same GPU, the 3D performance of the Samsung Galaxy A3 2016 should be a little bit higher, as the resolution is not as high as it's on the Galaxy A5 2016. So now let's check out the performance, close everything before, and check out Quadrant before. Actually, I'm not a big fan of benchmarks, as it's quite easy to cheat on a benchmark, and it doesn't say anything about the performance of the device. It's just maybe giving a clue about the performance, and it's good to compare devices next to each other. But for me, it's more important that the device, the user interface, and especially gaming is running smooth. So I really don't care about benchmarks, but hey, we are testing them just to show the performance of the Exynos 7580 and the Exynos 7578 next to each other. And Antutu is a better benchmark than Quadrant, I'd say. Quadrant, well, the results are not that good, but yeah. On the Samsung Galaxy A5 2016, here we have 21,741. On other runs, I tested it several times. I got more than 22,000, but I need to test it maybe 5 or 10 times and then have a mid. On the Samsung Galaxy A3 2016, we have here 13,686. I got more than 14,000 before, but again, this I'd say is okay. It's in the range of the results given in Quadrant, and I'd say it's quite a nice result for a lower mid-range device and a mid-range device. This one sells for 429 euro and this one for 329 euro in Germany. Going back, I'll show you Antutu, but I won't show Antutu all the time because Antutu normally takes a long time, about 5 minutes in total. But here you can see the result. This one, the Samsung Galaxy A5 2016 gives out 42,548, and the Galaxy A3 2016 gives out 36,089 points. I can run Antutu now, and I am only doing this so you can see the 3D performance. On the Samsung Galaxy A5 6, it features a high resolution, so the 3D performance isn't as good. You see, it's not running as smooth as it's running on the Samsung Galaxy A3 2016, but on both it's running on the very highest level, and so this is just for checking the benchmarks. It's not the real performance giving in some games. In games I got perfectly results. Even Asphalt 8 or something is running perfectly smooth. So don't be irritated by this low performance in terms of 3G. So I'm skipping the next part and just showing the next result of the Antutu this time. Here you can see the next result of Antutu. It just changed slightly, so it's not a big difference. When you compare the results of the Samsung Galaxy A36 to the results of the Galaxy A56, you can see that in terms of RAM, or random access memory, the results are just almost the same. The Samsung Galaxy A36 just features just a slightly smaller memory size. But the other results of the Samsung Galaxy A5 2016 are way better in terms of 3D. It's almost 2/3 as good as the one of the A5 2016. The UX is even better on the A5, and the CPU is more performant on the Galaxy A5 2016 as well. So this is Antutu. Now let's close everything again just to one other benchmark. It's a Geekbench 3 benchmark. I'd say it's better for in terms of performance of the testing of the CPU. You can see again that there's a Mali T720 GPU on both devices, but the CPU is clocked on 1.6 GHz on the Samsung Galaxy A5 when it's clocked on 1.5 GHz on the Galaxy A3. 1.3 or 1.5 GB of memory on the A3, 1.8 or 2 GB of memory on the Galaxy A5, which is okay. The operating system was Android 5.1.1, which is not the newest system, but I'd say there might most likely be an update for Android 6.0. The battery, I can show you this as well. Normally it's 2300 on the Galaxy A3 and 2900 on the Galaxy A5. So benchmarking, let's go. Normally you should expect higher single core scores from the Samsung Galaxy A5 2016 because it's clocked higher than it is clocked on the Galaxy A3 2016. In fact, the single core score on the Galaxy A3 2016 normally is a little bit high, just slightly, maybe 1 or 2%, so it's not a big deal at all. I don't know why, because actually it is not as high clocked as it's on the Galaxy A5 2016, but the multi-core performance of course is way better on the Galaxy A5 2016 as it has 8 cores when the Galaxy A3 2016 just features 4 cores of Cortex A53. But let's just wait these few seconds more. I really don't know why the single core performance of the Samsung Galaxy A3 2016 is better than it's on the Galaxy A5 2016. All in all, I would say that the performance on both devices is perfectly fine for the normal user. Of course, hardcore users and geeks, maybe they do need a Snapdragon 820 or something in 2016, but for me actually it's totally fine. The results are totally okay. And when you see the single core score on the Galaxy A3 is 700 when it's 684 on the Galaxy A5. I really don't know why, but the multi-core score of course is way higher on the Galaxy A5 2016. When you scroll down, you can see that its motherboard is the same. It's a universal 7580, but again on the Galaxy A3 2016 just features 4 cores of a 1.5 GHz clocked Exynos, and on the Galaxy A5 2016 it's 8 cores clocked at 1.6 GHz. So I hope you liked these small benchmarks of the both devices. If there are any other questions related to the Samsung Galaxy A5 6 or the Galaxy A3 6, just let me know below in the comments. Thumbs up would be great. If you want to follow me here on YouTube, I'd be totally fine with this as well. I'm Lars of AllAboutSamsung. See you next time. Bye.